welcome to Barcelona. We are today in front of the Hotel Arts from Ritz-Carlton, one of the top luxury hotels of the city. Today we will get to know its Human Resources Director, Jordi Sala. Do you want to find out what it takes to manage a team up to 500 staff? So, follow me. Hi Jordi. Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Lucia.
So, what are your main responsibilities as HR director?
Yes, well, we in HR and as HR director, I have to ensure that the process of selection is followed as per Ritz-Carlton standards. So I ensure that everyone gets the opportunities and we interview them based on the expectations that we have for every position. So my mission here is to understand that every department head, the division head understands how we select people in Ritz-Carlton. Training is another big area in the department, so we want to ensure that everyone receives the proper training arriving into the hotel. So everyone has different functions, but everyone has a similar procedures on how to follow the standards of the company. So HR, we ensure that all the departments have the proper manual and training agenda for all the employees starting in the hotel. Then we have the internal communication. So we are in charge, I am in charge of ensuring that communication in the hotel flows. No? So we have different ways to do that and ensuring that we send the message that we want to send from our department to the hotel. Also, a very important aspect is development. It's an area that we want to ensure that we understand at every moment what are the employees doing and which level are they on their performance. So who's ready to take another position in the hotel? We control this like if we were doing another selection process, no internal. So we want to ensure that all the employees and also interns, if they apply to a position or we see them ready for the position internally, we give them the opportunities to know what could be the next step, and if they are ready, to invest on them on the selection process to ensure that they could be successfully on their changing positions. No? Also, a big part of our responsibilities is the payroll. No, ensuring that everything that we do in the hotel, I mean, we pay the employees right, understanding everyone different contracts, and ensuring that everyone gets proper payment. No? Also, there is unions in the hotel, so I'm in charge of the communication with the unions and the hotel. So on a monthly basis, I have a meeting to ensure that everybody also in the unions are satisfied and the hotel works towards the direction of having a good understanding between representation of the workers and the company. No? That's also a big portion of our responsibility, or my responsibility in the department. It could be other responsibilities that right now we are starting to innovate in the hotel, like for example the Health and Sports Club. Is a new initiative that we rolled out last year, and it becomes a more and more strong area in the hotel. No? What we offer to employees from a health perspective, that we can benefit their contribution to the hotel, because we understood that through sports is a good opportunity that employees make relations, no? Not only on the workplace but also outside of the workplace. And that has been a really very successful implementation, and also from Human Resources we control and we monitor this important aspect. No? Recognition is another very important that I don't want to forget, because in Ritz-Carlton we believe that it's very important to recognize when somebody does something right. No? And we have our own internal processes to monitor what everyone does and how we can recognize the best employees of the hotel. And yes, we organize events where we recognize the best employees of the quarter, the best employees of the year.
So Jordi, what does it take to be a good HR leader?
Well, for me, to be a good HR leader is someone that understands the business. No, we have to understand what we do, what business we are in, and for my experience, being worked before in operational departments like rooms division, that gives me a lot of inputs on what is important from a perspective of internal customer. No? When I was in rooms division, seeing what an HR should be, and I learned a lot from that. So I understand perfectly what an employee of the hotel needs from a human resources department. No? And just to summarize, no, a little bit, no, is someone that has to be with a certain level of empathy. No? You are sometimes the middle person, no? And you are, of course, assisting the employees, but also you are representing your company. And if you are not empathetic, you will not be good with the employee, and maybe you cannot be good with the company neither. No? So empathy is important. So the characteristic of being someone that has this level of empathy high, for me, is important. Flexibility, to learn that everything changes. We are in a world that is changing, and if you are not flexible on adapting to changes internally and from outside, what comes from outside, you have to be ready. And being flexible, you give, of course, what is necessary and the moment that is requested. No? So this value for me is also important. Yeah, I mean, we cannot confuse, no? But also HR, we have a role of understanding that the process has to be followed, and sometimes we have to take disciplinary actions. No, so you have to be also firm on decisions or on processes that people, employees, have to follow, and sometimes you have to play the role of somebody strict with a very good sense of judgment. No, you have to understand how you judge the hotel and how you judge an action that an employee did. And as I said before, no, to always play this in between, to make employees understand that they have to follow processes, but at the same time, the management understand that everyone is different. No? And when you act like this, is probably when you are more fair with others, right? So those are some of the aspects that I believe are important to fulfill the position of an HR.
How can a candidate impress you during an interview, and what are the most common mistakes that candidates do?
You know, I believe it's not easy to do an interview, right? And I remember when I was doing interviews that sometimes you get nervous, no, when you go to an interview. But what I value the most is somebody to be genuine, somebody to come to you being natural. Don't be like showing off, see how great curriculum I have. But showing who the person is, and going to the CV, I can already see some of the aspects that when the person starts talking, values on presenting it to me. No? And I'm very psychological on this perspective, understanding what makes someone deciding to apply for a position with us. No? You have to face this passion, no? These eyes open, and this way of talking, being really interested. No? There is not a typical mistake, if I may say. It's someone that probably either gets nervous or probably is not prepared for the interview. I always thought, and I always think, that you have to be prepared when you go to an interview, at least to find out with whom are you interviewing, right? And you can find people coming to interviews without knowing who we are as a company. And I'm not saying because we are Ritz-Carlton, any company of the world. No, you have to go and prior to that do a little work, no, and find out what is important for these people, no, that you are interviewing for, why you are interested, no. And when the typical mistake is to come and say, no, I don't know about you. Well, listen, why you didn't look for? Yeah. Then for me it really loses a lot of attention.
In your opinion, what are the main challenges for human resources leader in the upcoming years?
That's a good question, and actually it would be good to know what would be the main challenge in the future. No, but as of now, what I'm realizing, or what we're realizing also as a company, Marriott and also Ritz-Carlton, is that the fusion between generations, right? How can we blend all these generations working together in the same hotel? No, so the ability of the companies or hotels to adapt all these generations working together in the same place, this will be probably the most challenging aspect.
Okay, Jordi, thank you very much. It was a pleasure. We wish you all the best.
Thank you, Lucia. It was a pleasure for me. We look forward to receive you again in Hotel Ars, and good luck with your future.
So guys, if you like Hotel Ars and you want to find out more, check their openings and profile in our website in Hosco, and see you for another interview on Hosco TV. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.